Hey, hey, hey.
Good evening, everybody. I would say afternoon probably for some still, huh?
Probably for you.
Yeah,
It'd be about 5 o'clock your time. That still
it,
count as just entering the evening, maybe, or late afternoon.
yeah. That's 4 or 5 o'clock here, 10 o'clock for you, you late fuckers over there.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Into the Fire. I am Sid, and this is Barton Thundercock over here to my to my left.
I should say Happy New Year to you. This is the first time we've actually spoken face to face this year, isn't it?
Bob, it is. We've took ourselves a nice 2 week break from doing these shows, and here we are.
Yeah.
It feels like we haven't done it in like fucking forever, and it's only been a couple weeks.
I know I feel kind of out of practice and a bit, ooh, this is all a bit exciting.
I'm just like nervous. I'm calling you Martin Thundercock when I should be calling you Bob Bones. I don't know what's going on with me.
Hey, I'm happy with either.
I'm sure you are, Bob. Let's say hello to everybody. We got our own heavy metal pirate, Mr. Boy Payne. How are you doing, buddy?
Oh, jeez. It's some sort of rag I've got on my head, mate. After you ask them the question.
Our
Arr.
he's part of the of Jace's pirate team now, aren't you?
Well, it must be, yeah. You've got to do it. I got my pirate picture over the holidays, didn't I? So, you know.
Hello, Davey. How are you doing, buddy? How are you doing, Mary Beth? Bob, yes, he was asking, what are you wearing? It's a handkerchief.
It's something like that. It's got like a big bit on the top there, look. And it's got like a tube that runs through the middle. So you can pull it all the way down and warm your neck, or you can have it on your head, or you can just put it all over your face and just.
It's a face mask.
I'm the faceless one.
Yeah. Hello, how are you doing, Kat? We got
I might
Jake.
do the whole interview like this.
You might as well. It's probably better off.
you will be, yeah.
We got Jacob. How are you doing? We got Annabelle from Circus 66. How are you doing, Annabelle?
Hello, Annabelle.
Good to see you. Happy New Year to you as well. We have Ina. How are you doing? Our very own. She's got several titles now, doesn't she? Here at Inner Demon, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's a bit all over the place, isn't she? But
A starry
Greek lady, Greek goddess, whatever else she wants to be.
A starry bandana.
That's the one. That's the one.
So we got a good show. Like I'm really, really excited about this band coming on tonight. I know you are. Don't no talk about the vegan sandwiches.
No, we won't talk. I was absolutely disgusted today because we were walking around the supermarket trying to get some food in because we stocked up over Christmas as everybody does and started to get that point where we needed to go and get some more. So we went down there and we were going to grab some pizzas out the freezer section, nice easy food for when you want something quick. And the wife pulled this thing out and she said, we haven't tried this one. And it said, I saw it straight away, vegan pizza. I said, put it back.
Don't touch it.
No.
But yeah, we got a good show tonight. I'm looking forward to this one. I've been playing this band on the countdown for a while. All last month we was playing their song "Devil." I'm just a really good big fan of this band. Really looking forward to tonight. But I know you are because you snagged them up, which I didn't think I'd be able to do, and then here you pulled it off.
Well, I've been following them for a while because I've obviously doing the radio shows. We get submissions coming from the PR companies, and I'm going to give a plug out to a fantastic Emma Scott from Plug and Baby, who I've been working with for a while now, and she's been sending us the band's music and absolutely cracking. So I was keen when we were starting to booking more bands for this year to get this band on, and I was really pleased that they said yes. So it's going to be a good show.
I'm really looking forward to it. Why wait any longer to bring her on? Shall we bring her on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brooke from Muddibrooke.
Hiya.
Hello.
How are you?
You're right. How are you?
I'm well. That's a trick question right there.
Oh.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, good.
I'm good. I'm
I'm a
feeling a
bit
bit
worried then.
upscuttled. Yeah, I'm a bit upscuttled now because after pulling this bloody thing down over my face, I can feel my hair inside it now has got a bit dragged all over, so I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable. But, I'll blame Sid for that.
It's always good.
Yeah, that's good.
I make everybody uncomfortable. To be fair.
Oh dear.
Well, that's it. That's it.
Welcome to the show, Brooke. Thank you for taking the time out tonight
No,
and
thank
hanging
you.
out
Thank you
with
for
us.
having me on.
Absolutely. Thank
No,
you.
it's great.
I mean, yeah. Bob, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say it's great, and you've turned up and you look like you're in a really professional environment there. You must have your own little recording studio set up, have you?
Yeah, a little one. I mean, you call it a recording studio, but there's a few foam squares that are falling off in a corner that stick a microphone in, and it's basically a cupboard. It's a little cupboard.
Hey, does the job. I call this my studio because it has a microphone, a recording desk, and a guitar. So let's have it.
I mean, it works, right? I mean, you could call it your recording. That's your magic den right there. Then, right? That's where all the magic happens.
Yeah, it's mostly where songs get written more than recorded, to be honest. Because I'm not too good at recording stuff. It's more demos recorded in here than the studio finished stuff that you've heard. So yeah, but it's good for writing. It's one of those rooms that has like a warmth about it, but I suppose when you're used to it, it does.
So are you like are you sitting there? Are you writing the songs and are you singing into the microphone? Or are you recording the stuff as you're singing it, or are you just kind of in there writing it just for the silence alone in itself?
Yeah, a bit of both really. I mean, my amp's in here, that's one thing, but yeah, I just sometimes I'll get an idea, usually when I've had a drink sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't turn out too right. I'm like, ooh, got a new idea. And I'm like, no. I wake up in the morning, listen back to it on my phone, like, no.
I think that's every creative process, isn't it, though, that you sort of put something down and then it's good to step away from it and come back and see if you still like it the next time, because that tells you whether or not it was as good as you thought it was the first time, so.
Yeah, it's definitely true. It's one of those things. You can definitely go off a song straight away, and sometimes you'll love it. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
So, go on, Bob.
No, you.
This is how rusty we are.
I know, it's dreadful, isn't it?
I feel the same.
We're just like stepping over each other's feet, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Bob. I'm just telling you ahead of time. I'm sorry.
Well, I've got big feet, so I can understand you tripping over mine, but I always remember we had this conversation about you having hobbit feet. So, I mean, if we were well in trouble, we've never actually managed to see them yet. He's a bit ashamed of his hairy feet. So,
we're not going to see them either, Bob.
Well, there you go.
Not today, sir.
I was going to say, off camera, when you first came on screen so we could say hello, Brooke, we started talking about this tribal paint that you've got under your eye there. What brought that about? And because it looks really cool.
Oh, thank you. It's a strange story, really. I've always loved Native American stuff. I love Adam Ant as well. He's a massive influence. So I loved his white stripe across his nose. I thought that was cool. So I did think what can I do? And then I just thought, well, I feel since writing Devil as well, that was a couple of years ago I wrote it, and it's kind of a true story. So it felt like I was coming out of a bad time and I was feeling like a bit of a warrior in a way. So I just went bam, and then it was just okay, we'll stick with that. It's
excellent. It's good to hear the reference to Adam and the Ant, because we did a special show before Christmas when the DJs on the station, we sort of went and played tracks that were between 1955 and the year 2000 that sort of meant something to you. And I actually picked an Adam and the Ant song myself, Stand and Deliver, because it was the first song I actually bought the record for. So it's amazing how many influences he's actually cropped up in, Adam Ant. So
yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, that's a great song as well, Stand and Deliver. I think it's one of its best ones.
It is, but I mean, I'm an old fella, but you don't look old enough to even sort of been around when Adam Ant was. So it shows that he must actually be.
It's all my mum's fault getting me into all that.
Well, there you go.
I think Bob was trying to insinuate that he was trying to say that he thinks that you might have been old and maybe you was around and you're aging well. But no, Bob, she just said her mom. Isn't that great about parents? Is that they bring these kind of influences into your life? Like, who would have thought me would have liked the Bee Gees?
Mm.
Who would have thought me would have liked Elvis Presley? But it's the parents' influences of what they listened to as we were kids, and we kind of bring that on into our adult lives as well, isn't it? Isn't it funny how it works?
It is. I mean, the Bee Gees and Elvis are fantastic artists, so I can understand that. What really surprised me about you, Sid, was that you had a Justin Bieber collection.
Bob, thanks. Thanks for
What are your influences, Brooke?
Oh dear. What was that? Sorry.
What are your influences? What music were you into, other than Adam Ant?
Other than Adam Ant, I'm into a lot of 80s stuff. So, Pretenders and Eurythmics, all that sort of thing, and Police. But grunge side of it is, the big ones, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Nirvana. But it's like the different artists as well, like Joni Mitchell and, just loads of different things like Joan Armatrading and you name it. I like it, to be honest. Yeah, here and there.
You definitely have a unique voice, and that's what caught my attention when I hear the songs. It's the voice. It has this certain texture to it, if I could say that. There is this cleanness to it, and then just in a split moment, it goes to this raspy tone, and it just has these layers to it that you have to, but no choice but to appreciate. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Yeah, I'll take it as a compliment. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. It's a strange one because about 10 years ago, it used to be quite clean all the time, and I've only kind of gained the raspiness in the last 6 years or so, and I don't know if it's just from like abusing it and having 3 gigs every weekend in the past and everything. It might have just been singing on alcohol, and I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but.
Or maybe you're doing it right now. Otherwise, somebody wouldn't have pointed it out, right?
Well,
I mean, I think your voice is phenomenal, and it's one of those unique ones that you don't hear a lot of. You when it comes to female singers, it's kind of it's either clean or it's power. You know what I mean? There's a lot of times it's hard to find that happy medium with vocals. It's especially when you're trying to fit into a genre, whether it's just rock or hard rock or a metal singer. It's either clean and soft or it's powerful, and you kind of and I feel that you've bridged that gap a bit with your voice.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for that.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. And I think we should turn everybody else on what I'm talking about. Should we play a video of Muddibrooke, and we'll come back and chat some more about the band and how they came up with the name and all that good stuff. What do you guys think? Now,
good idea.
We got 3 videos we picked tonight, and Brooke, I'm going to let you choose which one we want everybody to play. Now, do we want to play Straight Jacket, Liverpool Guy, or Devil first? I know, right? That's why I left it to you.
Maybe because we just talked about Devil, maybe Devil.
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are watching Into the Fire. I'm Sid. This is Martin Thundercock, and we're hanging out with Brooke from Muddibrooke.
So that's my new name then.
I wish that I could see the future, so I know when you'll get mad. You're so difficult sometimes, like I'm walking on broken glass. Don't tell me that I'm happy here, don't force me to stay. Oh no, you're mad again, don't you take it out on me? Why don't you throw me out? Why don't you take it out on me and throw me to the ground? Why don't you take it out on me? Why don't you throw me out? Why don't you take it out on me? Wish that I'd left you sooner. It's all the same routine. You always had to try so hard to make sure I'd never leave. That's just really me. It's time for me to walk away. Don't ask me to stay. 'Cause when the sun goes down, the devil comes up to play. Why don't you take it out on me? Why don't you throw me out? Why don't you take it out on me and throw me to the ground? Why don't you take it out on me? Why don't you throw me out? Why don't you take it out on me and throw me to the ground? Why don't you take it out? Throw me down to the ground. Turn me round, go to town. I'm gonna shout, let me out, let me out, let me out. Why don't you take it out on me? Why don't you take it out on me?
Welcome back, everybody, into the fire. And what have I just walked into? He changed it. He changed his name.
Might as well play along.
Might as well, I guess. You're right, Bob. Give in. Give in.
Too right.
Get everybody what they want. That's some Martin Thundercock.
That's it. That was a great video, Brooke.
Absolutely, just a great song, and tell us a little bit about that video, because when I'm watching it, it's a powerful song and it's a powerful video, but I could be interpreting it wrong. So, what was the idea behind this video and an idea behind the song, this song in particular?
Well, thanks, and thanks for showing it. It's lovely to see all the lovely comments coming through there. But yeah, the song story is a bit of a sad one, really. It comes from a true story. Because I was in a bad relationship, and it was like with a very narcissistic, controlling man, and basically he controlled me for like quite a few years. And I wanted to feel free. I wanted to make my own band and stuff, and I just couldn't. And I got out of it. I made a girl band, and that was the first song that came out of me after that relationship. After I realised everything that he kind of put me through, it kind of hit me all at once, and I thought, shit. And I just wrote that song. I don't know where it came from. It just came out, and it probably.
So we have Ina on here. She's on here asking a question for you. She goes, "What does the running mascara mean to you, and when did you start doing it?"
Ina's not paying attention, is she? Because we answered that one at the beginning of the show.
Did we?
We did. Yes, we talked about Adamant, didn't we?
Oh,
See,
that's
even
right.
Sid's forgotten now.
Well, I thought there was something else behind it too, though, wasn't it? Or no?
It's the fact it's like female warrior sort of thing.
There you go. Being
Got a lot of
There you
language
go.
at the time.
she felt like a shield maiden because she felt like she was getting through some stuff and she was being a warrior, and so that's her warrior paint. That's what I was trying to get at, not just Adam, Aunt Bob.
Yeah, we you can really tell, can't you, Brooke? We went through this stint where I think we barely had a day off, a sort of week off for about 6 months, and then we've had 2 weeks off at Christmas, and we've come back to, it's like that first day in the office when you're catching up on emails and trying to remember what everything's about or something like that. Trying to get back up to speed.
We're rookies. We're rookies. To be
That's
fair,
how I
That's
feel.
it.
To be honest, this is our first interview, like in the year, first of the year.
this is your
Oh,
first
well.
interview of the year.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to have one at 9 o'clock, but that one got cancelled.
But we're number one then.
Yeah.
We'll go down in history, in Muddibrooke history, as being the first interview of 2022.
Brilliant.
There you go.
We special.
And we're only 2/3 of the way through, so by the end of it, we've still got a chance to ask you about those mascara marks on your face.
Oh yeah, I never told you about it.
Well, she did. To be fair, yes, she did say something about Adam at the beginning of the show, but she didn't mention. I don't think she did mention anything about it. Represented. It had a little bit more representation behind it. Getting through what she was getting through at the time. She just felt like a warrior. To her, she was putting this makeup on because she was getting into warrior mode, that shield maiden mode.
Well, we'll pretend either way that she didn't, just so that you and Ina don't feel like dicks.
Bob, fuck off. Brooke, shall we play another video for everybody? Let's play another, shall we?
Yeah, you like
Okay,
yeah.
so you picked Devil as the first one. Now we have Liverpool Guy and Straight Jacket.
Cool.
Which one you want?
choose it. You
I choose it. Oh, we'll do Bob's favorite Liverpool guy. Everybody, you guys are watching Into the Fire. You're hanging out with Sid and Bob and our special guest Brooke from Muddibrooke. This is their song Liverpool Guy. We'll be right back.
My Liverpool guy wants to kiss me, but I don't know where he's been. He says he likes my music, likes my hair, but I don't quite like his scene. He's covered head to toe in tidy clothes and a black crow on his neck. I spent one night with him, now I'm never going back. I'm not easy, come on in, tease me, come on in, please me a little more. I'm not easy, come on in, tease me, come on in, please me a little more. I'm not. My Tennessee girl wants to kiss me, but that's not the way I swing. But take me home and show me how, and it might become my thing. Are you really sure your church agrees? Cause it's not the Christian way. She said, spend one night with me, get on your knees and pray. I'm not easy, come on in, tease me, come on in, please me a little more. I'm not easy, come on in, tease me, come on in, please me a little more. I'm not easy, come on in, tease me, come on in, please me
Welcome back, everybody, to Into the Fire. We're hanging out with her, Miss Brooke from Muddibrooke, and that was her song "Liverpool Guy." What a great video!
Oh, thank you.
You guys are putting together some really nice pieces for these songs. I mean, they're really really well done, produced, and edited and put together. Really good job.
Oh, thank you very much. No, we work with some really cool video guys. So yeah, we can't have all the credit.
No, it was very impressive, that, because I mean the animation itself and the drawing skills to tie it all together. Yeah, fascinating.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a girl starting out animation. That was quite lucky to find her, really. You know, because I don't know if you know about animation, but I didn't realize till I was looking for someone for it how much it cost. My God. And they were like, I was like looking for something for like 100 quid for like, you know, that bit. And they're like, oh, that's gonna cost $2,000. And I'm like, what?
Oh. $2,000.
Goodness.
And then I found Sean Hannah, that's her name, and yeah, she was like, oh, I could do with it for portfolio. I was like, brilliant. She was fantastic as well. Like.
So let's catch up with some comments here from some of the viewers, shall we? I think there should be there's some good comments there I want Brooke to see. Like from Raven Stone saying, what a voice Brooke has.
Oh.
Ina says, such catchy tunes. Definitely radio material. Jace Boy Payne says, agreed. It should be played everywhere, so go listen and pick it up now. Ina also says, oh my God, I love this music video. It's epic. Gary Little, he says, I really like you all sound, Brooke. I had to get a little southern there, my bad. I like you all sound, Brooke, especially y'all backing vocals. A totally badass tune. Ina once again says, really impressed. Tell me, it was one take.
Well, the last bit was, you know, when we're all throwing paper around at the end. That was all one take, and it's quite nerve-wracking, but we all had a beer beforehand. We were like, right, we're going to do this take, Yeah, and it all worked out really well.
Well, that answered her second question, because she goes, what did you guys have to do, clean up after you're done, every take? So, no, you did it in one take, no cleaning up. I mean, one time clean up, at least.
God, it was
Jacob says, it blown me away.
Wow.
Isn't it nice to get these kind of comments? I just wanted to take that moment to let you see what the other people, the viewers, are just now getting introduced. A lot of these, some of them already knew who you were through us. Jace has played your songs on his radio shows prior to me getting introduced to you. But a lot of these people that are tuning in off and on throughout the show has never been introduced to you. And I just wanted to take a moment to let you see what the people that are out there listening for the first time are thinking about what you're doing.
That's brilliant. It's lovely to see.
Makes you feel good. Well, you're doing great stuff, and I think it's brilliant music that you guys are putting out there. Especially, it's unique, and and at moments it brings you back in the time when that grunge era, when if anybody was ever around it, knows what it was like. It was that vibe to it. I
Oh,
like it.
brilliant. That's
I
what we're
like it.
trying to. Right. Brilliant.
We have
Thank you.
a question from another a viewer says, "Where can I find their music?" Brooke, would you like to give a shout out to where you could find all the music at?
Well, you can find it on Spotify. You can find it on YouTube. But we're also selling CDs, and we've got limited edition 10-inch vinyl of the EP as well. But they've only got 100 left, which is because we only had 200 at the first, so we've only got 100 left now. So
You better
once
hurry
they're
up.
gone, they're gone.
Very nice.
So get your asses, get your PayPals together, get your Cash Apps together, whatever it is you use, and go buy that vinyl. Now, is there a website they can go to buy the vinyl?
Yep, and Bandcamp, if you know Bandcamp,
Mhm.
just search Muddibrooke in there, or there's our website, which is muddibrooke.com. Yeah,
You got an official site. You got an official website.
I know it's quite old fashioned, really, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm new to this. I'm new to doing these kind of shows. I've only been doing them about a year, Bob.
Yeah, a little over that, isn't it? So
And I think it's a cool thing that bands are doing the websites. It's smart because you can put all the content in one place, and people know where to go to every single time. Even if you're not active on Facebook, like some bands are, they're just not nearly as active as are like if they was on Instagram, or it could be vice versa. But a website's brilliant because it gets everything, all the links, everything at one place. Just boom, there it is, Muddibrooke.com.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff on there, as well as our gig dates coming up and everything on there. I can think of, really.
I tell you one thing I'd like to ask you. When we've interviewed a lot of bands where they've got guys in there, and you get the guitarist element, especially for when they've played guitar as long as what you have for playing since you were 9. We find that they've sort of managed to accumulate a big collection of guitars. Is this the same true with yourself? Do you collect the guitars and the instruments that you play, or do you just have a favourite one that you tend to drag around with you?
I didn't used to, and I didn't think it would ever hit me, but it has just hit me, the whole collectible thing. It's a lot of guitars I'd love to have, but, I can't, no way can I afford it. I mean, God, I can only have a tin of beans. I'm a bloody musician at the end of the day. Tin of beans for dinner. Yeah, my first electric guitar was a Dean Vendetta. It's not in this room, but it was like, I used to love it because I was like 15 at the time, but it was white and it had like a skull on it, and I was like black drawing on it, and I was like, I was in love with it. I actually went to bed with it. I hugged it in bed. I loved it so much. Yeah, but since then now I'm more into my Telecasters. I love Telecasters. I could collect them forever if I could, but it has to stop somewhere.
I noticed the Telecaster headstock in one of the videos actually, but lovely. So how many guitars do you have in total?
Electric 3, but I only use 2 for Muddibrooke. Really, my old one's broken, so 2, yeah.
Oh, well, you got to do it, and you got the acoustic as well, or is it electric acoustic that you got?
Got a few acoustics as well, yeah. Yeah, they're more from songwriting these days. And we're going to be bringing out some acoustic videos later this year of acoustic versions of the track and things. So will be used again. Brought out retirement.
So, are you guys working on any new material?
Yeah, always. Yeah, we've got a few songs in the pipeline, and we've got some co-writers as well at the moment. There's a guy called Stephen Battelle from a band called Lost Alone that they used to be. They're quite big in Derby, where we're from, and they've been writing with us a few songs, and we've got quite a few of our own songs we're writing as well, completely our own. And yeah, we've got well, it's secret, but we might be releasing something this side of this year before summer. Another video.
Oh, nice. So I'm sorry, Bob, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what are your plans? Like how far into the next year are you planning on releasing another EP?
We're working on it. We've got this thing to release this side of summer, and we've got a tour booked for later on this year with another band, and I don't think I should be talking about it yet, so I'm not going to announce that just yet. That's with the Forge music group. I think they work with you as well. I think.
Yeah.
So they've organised that. So that's exciting. And mostly this year we're just getting into the studio and writing. Mostly we're taking a little break from gigs at the start of the year, and we're getting back into the studio and writing demos and getting demos together to then, put forward to an EP. So yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So the plans, because here's another question from the viewers: Are they going to bring out a full album, or is there going to be an EP when you decide to come out with something new?
Well, it's tricky really, because it's tricky to know what the modern audience wants. I found recently people just tend to have a shortened attention span because
small bite sizes.
So fast.
Life is moving. I've noticed that too. I've noticed that a lot of bands now are coming out with more EPs than they are full-length albums. It's because society, I think, is becoming so fast-paced that they want everything in bite sizes.
That's exactly it, yeah. So we're wondering whether to release an EP or hold back and release an album, probably next year sometime. But yeah, I think we're heading towards more of an EP again. Just because of the short attention span of people, and people don't want to buy, people don't really want to buy a full vinyl these days. Not younger people so much, but they do. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that do, but I kind of miss holding a CD, and I sound really old now, don't I? Oh, I miss the days when I used to hold what I used to hold.
I'm chuffed to hear it, because as I've said a number of times on the show and talking to Sid, I am an old guy, but I collect CDs still. I drive long periods of time. I can be in the car for a couple of hours, so I like to have an album that sort of I can put in and it plays long, and I'll probably still go around it a couple of times before I get to where I'm going. So I like a long play, and I like it to hold a CD and read the cover and look at the pictures and stuff like that, which you just don't get with the digital download in the same way, do you? So
I grew up in the era like you, Bob, and you, Brooke. I grew up, listening to my dad listening to 8 tracks, to vinyls, to cassettes, to CDs, and now it's digital. And sadly, I have to admit that I'm a digital guy. I think for me, it's more convenient for me just to say I want a couple of hits of the phone, and boom, I got the album that I can listen to. I'm really avid about paying for an album, so I don't buy like subscriptions to, like, let's say Google Play or YouTube Music. I don't buy because I think that's there's no fairness into it for the band. You know what I mean? At a monthly rate at $9.99 a month, where's that money going to go except for the people that are putting the music out's pockets, like YouTube or something like that. So when I get albums, I make sure that I buy the digital copies. That way, I know that I'm supporting the band itself. But as much as I loved CDs and cassettes, and I become more of a digital guy. It's become, I guess, this convenient.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm torn with it. I mean, there's the old side of me that does like to hold stuff, but at the same time, it's so easy to just get what you want these days, isn't it?
It is.
Same with video games as well. Like, I'm really into my video games, and I used to actually going into the shop. Pardon?
What kind of system do you play?
PlayStation.
Damn it! I was about to say
you're not going to start that.
Become gaming buddies. We're going to become gaming buddies if it's an Xbox. And there you go.
It's funny, because I'm quite nervous at the moment, because we heading into the future when everyone's talking about downloading music. I've even seen that a few modern cars are starting to come without having a CD player. It's just there for streaming. And I'm sitting here thinking I've got hundreds of CDs in this house, which you collect together. And I can see it going the same way as vinyl, where it's going to vanish one day. And then in about 20 years' time, everybody's going to be bringing out these retro CDs. And I'm going to be thinking, what the hell,
If you take a look in stores, this tells you how much the world's changing. If you go to a store now, you're rarely going to find a stereo player with a CD player attached to it. Nowadays, you buy a portable stereo system or radio, it's Bluetooth linked. That's how you're going to listen to your music, it's through Bluetooth. Otherwise, you're not going to. I hardly ever see a CD player at a store anymore.
No, I was in a record store just before Christmas. Went in to get a CD for a road trip I was going to be doing. And I actually think there was more vinyl in there than there was CD. It said they just cater them for the sort of nostalgia and retro market now. And you can see it slowly changing around, but I hate it.
Bob can't let go. He can't.
No. Old man.
Do you remember, Brooke, your very first album that you bought or that you owned?
Yeah. Yes, I can. It was a CD, and it was the Smurfs.
The Smurfs.
Which Smurf song?
Oh, it was a whole album of covers. It was like Smurfing Down the Highway. It's like really high pitched songs that were quite well known.
I didn't know that the Smurfs came out with an album.
Oh, they did. We had it in our house because I had a younger sister. I'm sure we had the same one. It had things like Pinocchio. They used to sing Pinocchio, Pinocchio, why are you made of wood?
Yeah, that's the other sort of thing.
I didn't know that the Smurfs had an album out, though.
I'm
about to check it out. Maybe it might become my first one.
And he considers he thinks he's a fella who's knowledgeable about the music industry. He doesn't even know the Smurfs album. I mean, come on. It's a classic.
I'm with June here. I remember the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas special, their album. I remember that, but I don't remember the Smurfs. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't exist. I just don't remember it. I'm shocked because I liked the Smurfs as a kid. I grew up watching the Smurfs cartoon. I used to love the little la 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 la. That was the song to the cartoon.
There's your task this week, mate. Get yourself out. Get downloaded.
I think it's called the Smurfs '94. I think because it was the year I was born. So, but I didn't get it the year I was born. Obviously, I don't know why I did that on. I just remembered
your first concert. Do you remember that?
My first concert. Yes, I do. I was a solo girl, and I was 14, and I went into a pub, and I saw a guy playing guitar and singing, and I went up to him in his break, and I was shivering, and I says, "Can I play your break?" And he let me play the break. I just remember trembling all the way through it. And but yeah, I really enjoyed it, and that adrenaline you get afterwards, I was just hooked from then, really. But I looked a bit older than 14 at the time. That's why I got in the pubs, because
you have to do it, don't you? Yeah, you got away with it. I used to play in a pub football team when I was 15-year-old. So I nearly got banned when I became legal and went in to celebrate my birthday. So
yeah. Oh dear.
Your favorite, Brooke. Your favorite singer.
My favorite singer, Eddie Vedder. It's got to be
Eddie Vedder. Okay. Who is your favorite guitar player?
Oh, that's a tricky one. It's tricky because I know it's controversial, but I've never really been keen on guitar solos. I always kind of wait till they're over. That's really controversial, isn't it?
Not really. Not really. Well, apparently, it's during a period of time in society when nu metal was out, there was a lot less guitar solos during that time period, if you remember correctly. It wasn't until here recently, within the last 5 or 6 years, you start hearing more guitar solos in music. But during the early 2000s, you rarely ever heard a guitar solo.
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose if you had to put a gun to my head, I'd say Jack White because he's quite different in his sounds and things.
I can agree with that. White Stripes was definitely a unique band, and his guitar playing was definitely unique as well.
Love him, yeah.
Yeah. Bob, you got any more questions for her?
No, I was just waiting to see if the top guitarist was going to come out as being something like Papa Smurf or something like that, you know. But
Oh,
was that time with Smurfette, and she did the slide across the stage, and she was doing that guitar solo? It was during that time.
well, there you go. Well, certainly, Brooke. I mean, it's been good to catch up with you. And is there anything that you want to announce that you've got going up gig-wise or whatever in the near future, for so people can get to see yourselves? Or
yeah, we've got a few gigs coming up. I wrote them on my hand. It's because I'm terrible with remembering dates, but look at that, they're all blurred now because I'm sweating. Got Doncaster. We've got Doncaster on the 28th of January. We're playing with we're supporting the guy from Reef, Jack Besant.
Nice.
We're playing London in April on the 16th, and Brighton on the 15th of April, and Leicester, O2 Leicester at the Uprising Festival. Now that's a proper heavy festival, so that'll be interesting. That's 25th of June, and then we're playing Scotland in August, so that'll be fun.
Nice. So you're getting around a bit, yeah.
We've got a tour after that. We've got like a really concentrated tour with another band. It's like a co-headline thing, but I can't really say much about that yet. But I'm excited.
Oh well, we look forward to seeing all that. Yeah, excellent.
That's a busy year. Congratulations. That's exciting stuff for you guys, isn't it? I mean, it really is. Be able to go out to the next year, and you got a full schedule of shows to go out and play, and people get to hear your music, get to watch you guys perform. Sadly, unless I get you guys over in the United States, I'll never be able to see that unless I'm going to YouTube and watching it from there.
No, we'd love to come over to the United States. I really want to see Seattle and travel around there as well as.
I work with a lot of bands in the UK, and if my plans work out the way I want them to for the next year, I'm bringing some bands from the UK here to the States, and possibly do a small little a month and a half tour of the States. That's my goal before the end of the year. So yeah, wow. I want to see some of these bands that I've been such fans of, and I love what's coming out of UK. I really do. I really love what's coming out of there, and I want to watch some of these bands like yourself, Muddibrooke, bands like Circus 66, King Voodoo, bands like that. I want to see live. Kinstrife, I want to see live. Catchin' McCarb, another artist that I want to see these. If I have to fucking come up with a way to get all these bands here, even if it's for a month, I'm gonna fucking do it. That's my next year's goal.
That'd be cool. Why don't you come over here?
I wish I could. According to COVID, you can't do nothing.
No, true, yeah. Oh.
I would love to come there, and it's always been like a bucket list for me to get over there, over to where you guys at. It's always been like a calling to me to go there and check out the land, the landscape, the rich history of where it is there, and be able to meet some of these people that I've actually become friends with over there. I think that's the most important thing for me, is just be able to have that fellowship with the people that I've have a bond with over the last year. I've made a lot of friends over there, and I want to meet them. I want to hang out. I want to hang out with Bob.
Exactly. What more could you ask for?
A lot. Brooke, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you taking the time.
No, thanks for having us on.
Please, everybody that's out here watching now or later, go check out Muddibrooke here on Facebook. Just go up to the search bar and punch in Muddibrooke. It'll take you right to their Facebook page. Give it a like, give it a follow, share their stuff out. They're a brilliant band. Check them out on YouTube as well. And do you have anything on Instagram, Brooke?
Yeah, we're on Instagram. Just search Muddibrooke on everywhere, Twitter and everywhere. We'll be there. And
Be
TikTok.
sure to follow them and share them out, guys. It's really important. Without you guys sharing this stuff, these bands wouldn't be heard, and we wouldn't be able to do our job, right? Our job is to get out there and play this music for these people and get this stuff out there. So thank you guys. Go follow them, and thank you, Brooke, for hanging out with us tonight. We got one last video that we're going to close the night out with, and that's going to be the Straight Jacket song, right?
Right, cool. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
It's been good.
It's been our pleasure. We really appreciate you taking the time for us tonight, Brooke. I really do. Guys, thank you once again for viewing the show. Be sure to share this show out anywhere you guys can so everybody can be able to hear what Muddibrooke sounds like. We're in it tonight's show, but we'll be back next week. Well, I'll be back Wednesday, but me and Bobby will be back next week. Me and Bobby Boy will be back next week. Mr. Martin Thundercock. And
that's right, yeah. We've got Thursday and Friday next week. Not Thursday, Friday. Try Friday and Saturday next week.
Thursday and Friday. Where'd you even come up with that?
I haven't got a clue. I told you I'm out of practice.
Guys, thank you again for hanging out with us. We are in it tonight's show. We'll see you next week. Brooke, thank you once again. We're leaving tonight with Muddibrooke, Straight Jacket. You guys have a great night. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Who are these people? I don't know where I have come from and where I might end. People are staring, thinking the same. Shivering, I'm shaking, I can't stay tame. I can't work out what's happening to me. All I want is, 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 all I want is my Saturday. I'm right, you're wrong. Side with me now or I'll bite your tongue. I am wrong, I'm right, I'm wrong, I'm right. I can't agree with myself tonight. Help me, please help me. I feel so trapped in this straight jacket. I am now wrapped, shivering, I'm shaking. I can't stay tame, I can't work out what's happening to me.